Hello, everybody! Oh my word, we are ready to go. Oh, thank you, Vane. Thank you. But yeah, we don't have. They already got started, so I'm not gonna go too long on here. So let's go ahead and just roll right into it here. Hopping over. Maybe? Are my keybinds not working? Frick. Alright! Well, we'll figure it out as time goes on. But apparently my keybinds aren't working. So we are on game 1 of our match between Cho'gall's Angel and Under Newb Management. This is a smaller division, so Cho'gall's Angel, being the home team, automatically won their coin flip. They decided to take map pick, which is unusual, but nevertheless. They then banned out Sky Temple and Infernal Shrines. Under Newb Management then banned out... Oh my word, they're moving fast! Under Newb Management banned out Garden of Terror and Volskaya Foundry. Cho'gall's Angels then takes us to Ulterac Pass. And we need to just hop into this, because as you guys can see, we're already about halfway through the draft. Alrighty. So the bans so far are Brightwing, Diablo, Anubarak, and Genji. All very, very solid bans. Getting a bit unusual, so that's probably a target ban. Hogger was the first pick for the evening. Mephisto, Jaina are then picked up for Cho'gall's Angels. So that is double DPS. Again, unusual. You don't usually see double DPS locked before the 50% mark in the draft. But nevertheless, it happened. Li Ming and Rhaegar are our next pickups for Under Newb Management. By the way, I wanted to say this before we got underway, but we are very much underway here. They were prepared for, before I was. Very unusual. But this is the only cast, or unless I cast them again, which I will be allowing all of the noob jokes, because they are a noob joke, so feel free to make noob jokes as long as they are in good faith and good fun. Alright! Oh, wait, fans! Stitches and Alex Straza are the fans, or the halfway point fans. Ooh, what? Ooh, things getting spicy here. Cho'gall's Angel, going 4 DPS. Interesting. Also, apparently, Sloth's fingertips smell like ranch. Good to know. Ariel and Halstead are the final picks for Under Newb Management. Definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Is it going to be 5 DPS? Or do we get a healer? Maybe tank? 5 DPS in a dream! That's what you're witnessing at this very moment. I'm actually gonna do something a little unusual and hop to my pre-game. Apparently they picked up on it in scouting, so this is not a uncommon thing. So while we're loading in, hey Zoltas! I did want to hop in here and quickly, where's the standings? There it is. Did want to quickly mention the fact that this is the bottom tier for this division, but despite this being bottom tier for this division, this is the highest division, second highest division, I think, in NGS. So, these are the worst of the best? I guess is how you phrase it. New meta? Maybe. That is definitely feasible. Hey, it worked! There we go, now my keybinds are working. Alrighty, on the left side, we have Derek on the Jaina, Root Beer Guy on Mephisto, Smork Killer on KT, Trexix on the Nazebo, and Chrysinator on the Junkrat. On the right side, for under Newb management, we have Birdie on Birdie. I had to make the joke. Arab B on the Rhaegar, Liddell on the Teriel, AG Silver AG on the Li Ming, and Sloth on the Hugger, going straight to the top lane. We do have, for the record, they are joking. That was made clear in the in the draft, because they said the inverse in the map draft thing. So, yeah, no, apparently this is something that they've done before, as is evidenced by the fact that this was picked up in the scouting, apparently. Teriel's probably the right tank to deal with this, though. He has a lot of tools to help keep the DPS numbers down. Especially if he goes for south. It's gonna be very interesting. I'd say they're gonna have issues on the macro front, but they do have Nazebo, who's going around double soaking. And they have camp clear, so they're probably okay macro. And they have a decent amount of poke, so they could stall out the objective. I kind of see what they're going after here. And it does make sense that they did pick the map. This is probably the best map for this type of situation. Ooh, lots of damage onto Mephisto. AT doing some seriously good peeling, though. Who needs a tank when you have a, 5-second stun? And Balthad is first blood in the bot lane there. I will say, not having a healer means all damage they take is permanent. So that is definitely something that they're going to have to be attentive to over the course of this game. Lots of rotations, though. That's a lot of stress onto under new management. They were prepared for this again. I will reiterate. They did say they were prepared for this because it did show up in their scouting. What's those Evo at stack-wise? 43! Wow, dude's already at double minimum recommended pace, which is solid. He did go that's the bigger bonuses. Makes sense, so Nazebo's gonna be real beefy real fast if he can keep up this pace. If it wasn't for the fact that he has no CC, I'd say he's probably their kind of tank draft. But honestly, KT's probably the closest thing they have to a tank draft in this. That reliable stun is big. That is two camps pushing through the mid lane here. Or the second camp, rather, for Cho'Gall's Angels. Grouper guy in a little bit of danger, but he should be alright. There's no hard CC on him. I'm curious next talent-wise? Yeah, it looks like Jaina's going the survival talent, and since she's going Cone, she's probably going to go very much into the survival talents later, like the shield, which makes sense, not having a healer. Also, just the close range downside of the Cone isn't too bad when, like, they're going to be on your face anyway. Q build for, I think it's Q, for the Mephisto also kind of makes sense. That's the only build with a reliable heal to kind of deal with poke. Map pressure is no joke coming from Cho'Gall's Angels right now. A lot of the answers that Under Newb management has to this all DPS draft come around at 10. So they might have some issues prior to 10, but as the game progresses, I think they're going to have an easier and easier time, because they'll have stuff like Sanctification, they'll have stuff like Ancestral, all sorts of stuff. This is 4v2. Rhaegar in a little bit of danger. Big zone out from the Blizzard. He does get stunned by the KT, heals himself up a little bit, but it's not enough as he does go down. Junkrat's near death. Falstad continuing to push that bot lane, though. So far, the strategy is working out pretty well for Cho'Gall's Angels. Falstad continuing to push this bot lane, doing a lot of value there. Nazeebo's dealing with top, though. Yeah, no, Nazeebo is still at double pace, so he's a really freaking beefy Witch Doctor. Falstad continuing to kind of be harassed occasionally. He didn't go for Sanct. Interesting. Judgment onto the Jaina there does secure that kill. Nazeebo does hit the 100 stacks at level 10 here. Cho'Gall's Angels once again picking up their mid camp. Looks like first objective will be going in favor of Under Newb management here. And it will. It is at 7 minutes. So, lots of stalling out did come out from Cho'Gall's Angels. Question is, was that enough for them to pull out the gate? They might lose all forts here. There's a lot of siege damage in play. So it will be interesting to see just how much they can get with these objectives. Looks like the main focus is on the mid lane, at least for the moment. Front wall going down very quickly, but so is the objective. Already about half health here. Fire Blast does get popped. She does have spell armor and does get a shield from Turiel there. Mid objective is taken care of, no problem. Looks like bot is going to be about the same with help from a water elemental. So top is now the main focus for Under Newb management. Does not look like they're going to get a structure here. They really wanted to get more than just some front walls out of that objective. This is a very important moment for them. And the fact that they weren't able to get a whole lot does put them in a really awkward position going forward. They've sacrificed a decent amount for that objective, and a lot of their strength comes from the fact that they can fight properly. So if their opponents can just keep doing what they're doing, and also not lose too much to the objective, that's going to really lean more and more in favor of Cho'Gall's Angels as time goes on. Birdie's in a little bit of danger here. Does get out, though. No problem. Water Elemental was popped, though. Looks like Turiel is looking for a pick, but decides not to go for it, it would seem. Judgment does go out onto the Mephisto there, and he does go down. Judgment is going to secure a kill almost guaranteed every time, because there's no cleanse, and as long as Li Ming is in range to follow it up, that's not easy to survive. So almost a guaranteed kill every 60 seconds does make sense why he went for the Judgment. Trying to be more proactive than reactive. Tends to be a better strategy, to be fair. Falstad continuing to harass the bot lane. As a reminder, he does have global capabilities, meaning he can kind of hang in the bot lane and then show up to a fight if he's needed. Under new management about to go for the objective here. Lots of damage onto Mephisto there. Looks like Falstad will secure the bot fort. Potentially, it looks like Jaina actually does bully him off of that. Zebo will continue to push in that top lane a little bit, though. Zebo, man, 160 stacks at 10 minutes. It's insane. Looks like an aggressive play to the bot lane here. Trying to make as much value out of that water Ellie as they can. They don't secure that front wall, though. Mid-camp was picked up by under new management, and they're going to go ahead and push through the mid lane. Jaina, though, taking a fair amount of damage from the camp alone. That armor reduction is also pretty big. Root does go out onto the Rhaegar. He does pop the Ancestral, dropping very quickly, and he does go down. Pyroblast on short cooldown. Root onto the Turiel there. Channel was started by under new management, but they are going to go ahead and finish that off. Nice dodge from the Li Ming there. Mephisto, though, going down very quickly, does go down. That is resets for Li Ming. Shield does get popped by Kael'thas. Falstad was bringing a ton of value into that bot lane. That fort going down now, there's a lot of extra pressure that Cho'Gall's Angels are going to have to deal with. Speaking of, they will pick up the mid camp and send Junkrat to deal with said pressure. Jaina might be in a bit of danger here. She will get out, though. Judgment does get popped onto the Kael'thas. He might have the shield. He does not, and he does go down there. Resets are out for Ming. Jaina very low here. Mephisto trying to get as much aggression out there as he can. Does look like this all DPS strat is starting to kind of fall apart on the side of Cho'Gall's Angels. These fights are just going a little too fast, and they're just losing these tiny health bars very quickly. Good dodge by the Jaina there. Mid-fort does go down. Falstad again pressuring that bot lane. With the periodic catapults, that's going to be something that they definitely need to focus on pretty soon. Doesn't look like either team's really ready to commit to a full fight here. Mephisto does go down. does pop the root out there. Toriel taking a fair amount of damage, but Jaina doing the same. Call is made for the top boss there. Screw you, ads. We'll pop the ads soon. This boss will help guarantee that top fort, securing the final fort for under Newb management. They're staying very calm into this atypical composition and just doing very well against it, in all honesty. Looks like Nazeebo will be pressuring the bot lane against the Falstad, who's very low. 20s are available for under Newb management. This boss is just not really being dealt with at the moment. Objective will be captured by under Newb management, it seems. Bot fort was grabbed, as well as the Falstad in that bot lane there. Augur does get a nice stun out, trying to stay alive. Nazeebo's probably going to be the main opportunity to carry here. He has a huge health bar and a lot of damage, especially now that he has 20s. So I think a lot of this game is going to come down to just how much value the Nazeebo can bring. Because he was able to just stack for free all game, basically. And he's just going to get scarier and scarier. Looks like top objective will be dealt with fairly uneventfully. Meanwhile, mid objective will be striking at the keep wall here. Mephisto ult does not find anyone, unfortunately. Ming very low. Mid objective will be left. Looks like Newb management is going to go for the bot lane there. Try and pick up that boss as soon as it's available. This is probably sniffed out, though. The Angels will go ahead and pick up their mid-camp. Meanwhile, here comes the boss. So we're gonna push with it. A lot of their siege, though, is honestly in Falstad. Ming has a fair amount of siege, don't get me wrong, but most of her siege potential comes from her range. The fact that she can outrange towers. Big root onto Ming there. She's dropping very quickly. Does get the cleanse, though. Falstad is dealing with that mid lane. Boss going down very quickly. And does go down without them losing the keep. Yeah, neither team really looking for a fight at the moment. Junkrat does get picked up in the mid lane there. Jane dropping very quickly. Mephisto doing the best he can to peel there.
One of our soldiers have been taken prisoner. Let's take him back.
This might end up being the final objective of the evening. If under Newb management can win it. Mephisto does go down. Resets available for Ming, but she does not have mana. Root did go out onto the Turiel, but not enough follow-up damage. I'm kind of surprised Turiel didn't go for Holy Ground, honestly. Judgment does go out onto the Jaina. She pops the ice block, but it's probably going to go down there. She does do the Disintegrate. Ancestral went out, did echo itself. Looks like Falstad's heading to the objective while everybody else pushes onto this keep, keeping up the pressure while securing their potential win condition. Sorry about that. not look like they're going to try and compete for the objective here. Not sure what the play is for the Angels. Looks like they want to go in here, but are not quite willing to. Groot comes out from the Mephisto. Pops a ton of damage, but there's just not enough follow-up there. Darkrai trying to secure the channel, and does do so. Very well played by the Angels there. Good zoning from Mephisto. Looks like Newb management are going to go for that top boss. Probably got telegraphed, though. Meanwhile, Cho'gall Angels are going to go ahead and pick up the bot objective, it seems. The channel does begin. Top boss should be killed any second. There we go. So that's going to be pushing on to keep. Root goes out onto the Turiel. Water Ellie gets popped. Objective channel does get ended by the False Dad. Fire Blast does not secure the kill. Lots of damage onto Hogger. He does pop his Hog Wild. Ancestral does keep him afloat and then get him right back to being healthy. Falstad returns to the fight here. That boss is continuing to push on the top keep. He can't solo a core in this situation. Big stun onto KT. Mephisto trying again to zone as best he can. Big wind tunnel securing all but Nazebo there. But does look like Nazebo will go down. Does pop the ice block, but it is not going to save him. Boss is pushing onto the core. Full team wipe. It does look like Cho'Gall's Angels are calling the GGs here. For it at 50%, 2 keeps down. Very long time before any of blue team are back up. And there we go. Once the core dies on my screen, I'm going to go ahead and run the ad here. One of the traps of all time. Alright, there we go. That should be running there. Wind Tunnel is Pog? Yeah, no, that game really showcased how oppressive that can be. Because that was basically a 5-man stun for, like, 6 seconds. I don't care who you are, a 6-second long 5-man stun is insane. And you can't, like, stun Falstad to get out of it or anything like Mosh. It's just oppressive in the right hands and in the right situations. Like, very, very, very oppressive. Alright, looks like everything's good on our end, so let's get back to this screen. Alright, cool. They very well may have. Like, they were doing really well in those later fights. Like, early on, they were kind of just getting picked off by, Judgment. But, like, the later fights, they really started to figure out how to make their 5 DPS work into the enemy draft. Turiel brought some serious weight there. Like, honestly, Turiel helped keep the game going up until those later stages, and then it was just, like, Wind Tunnel, and, I mean, most DPS can one-shot almost anybody at 20, so, let alone other DPS, so it's just, it's hard to deal with that type of situation. The 5 DPS strat did work surprisingly well for them, though. Honestly. Like, I was kind of thinking it would be a lot more of a, just, hey, let's have fun type match, and those don't usually go too well. But, like, there were a lot of very critical fights that really could have gone either way. Oh, I apparently stole host. So we're just waiting on a few more to roll in here. Forgot to pause the recording. There we go. I was like, the keybind's not working again. Alrighty, so we do have Game 2 in our series between Cho'gall's Angels and under Newb management. Cho'gall's Angels did go for map pick in the Game 1. They banned out, I almost confused which team was which, Infernal Shrines and Sky Temple. Under Newb management did ban out Garden of Terror and Volskaya Foundry. Cho'gall's Angels then takes us to Alterac Pass, which they lost. They then go for first pick, sending having under Newb management pick Game 2 to be Battlefield of Eternity! And it's not swapping to the map draft. There we go! Just gotta spam the button, apparently. We do have, once again, the Genji ban out, followed by a Mephisto ban, or preceded by a Mephisto ban, technically. We do also have a Li Ming ban and a Hogger ban. All those feel very much like respect bans, except maybe the Ming. Ming is just terrifying on this map. Vala is the first pick for the Game 2. Followed by Sonya and Rhaegar. So we've got a lot of race already on the board here. Not sure what this is going to be. I'm guessing, unless they're going for all damage again, I'm guessing this is tank healing. Deathwing hits the battlefield for game number 2. He is one of my favorite heroes. Pretty much all of the dragons. If you play a dragon, you are, you're going to get a little bit of a cheer from me. Unless you are using the monkey skin on Brightwing, then please find the nearest clip. Murden is also picked up there. Brightwing does get banned out. Not sure what this last ban will be. Probably tank. Probably tank or offlane. Could be a bear. No, offlane's already been finished. So, Greymane. Greymane's also a very solid ban out here. this, they may hold tank, but they're probably going to either hold tank or a damage as a counter pick. Because damage here secures that their opponent don't steal their damage. But tank's hard to pick as exclusively counter pick. Double Bruiser is what we see coming through from under Newb management. I've seen Imperius drafted in the tank slot a few times. He's not typically survivable enough, and the spear's not as reliable enough as an initiation tool as I like. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but they might be drafting him as a tank in this situation. Maiev and Lucio are the next pickups. What do you mean, sad wolf noises? Rhaegar's on the battlefield. There's a wolf on the battlefield. They just don't get to, get to have the wolf back. Not sure what this last pick is. My gut says Jaina. Nope, Tychus. Tychus is the final pickup under the philosophy that Deathwing requires percent health damage. A fact that I will argue until I die. Much like a certain, a certain tank that's not a tank that everybody drafts as a tank. But he's definitely not a tank. Not at all. That was supposed to be dramatic. Keybind. Change screens. There we go. Let's get into our game 2. We have Terex on Deathwing. Derek Attack on the Murderden. S'more Killer on the Maiev. Root Beer Guy on the Lucio. And Chrysinator on the Vala for Cho'gall's Angel Feather. Erib. On the right side we have Erbi on the Rhaegar, Birdie on Hanzo, AG Silver AG on the Tychus, Liddell on the Imperius, and Zloth on the Sonya for under Newb management. That was a gutsy play from Lucio. I just realized the music didn't initiate. Everything else initiated for my startup thing, but it did not trigger the music. Big pull onto Hanzo there. Maiev taking a decent amount of damage in Retribution. I think Sonya wins Sonya Deathwing matchup, but maybe not. Actually, I think that's a skill matchup. Because I feel like that's close. It depends a lot on how both players play. So that's skill. Big engage from the Maiev. Pull onto the Imperius. He's dropping very quickly here. And he is the first to fall. Maiev might be next. No, she does fall out of danger and is just slightly out of the scatter shot there. Vision Arrow does see that they are going for the bot camp here. Pull onto Rhaegar, and Rhaegar does go down. Murden just barely dodging that Hanzo arrow. Bot camp does get secured by Angel Feather here. Murden does hearth out. Fully gets pulled straight into Vala there. These Maiev pulls being an absolute tyrannical menace from Cho'gall's Angels. They are up talent tier right now, and they do also have this camp pushing. So they're trying to go for the side wall. It does go down. And here we see everybody going out for their bruiser camps. Makes sense, as the objective is going to be announced in 2 seconds.
We immortals shall return before long, heroes.
does get stalled out on the side of Cho'Gall's Angels for a little bit. Does get picked up there. Oh, Vala in a little bit of danger, almost gets taken out there. She will be late to the objective. Meanwhile, Sonya in even more danger in the top lane, and she does go down. Top Bruiser is being dealt with, but this blue Immortal dropping very quickly. Murden doing the best he can to stall them out. Nice play from the Lucio. Cleanse does go onto the Tychus, trying to keep him alive. It does not. It is not enough, rather. And he does go down. Blue Immortal already at about 50% health, though. And they're saying screw the objective and just pushing with their camp in the bot lane here. Spear goes out onto the Murden. Maiev does hold one, but does not secure a kill. Vala taking a little bit of damage there. Sonya finishes the halftime. Talent tier advantage is in play for Cho'Gall's Angels. Deathwing very low, I didn't realize that. Does look like Cho'Gall's Angels are not going to try and fight for the objective win, just trying to sabotage it as much as they can. Deathwing doing a little bit of poking, same thing with Murden. Deathwing being very gutsy, being this aggressive with no health. Rhaegar goes down, and it looks like Sloth might be next, and they are. It is pushing into bot lane, however, which our blue team has no problems chilling it. Shield broken for the red Immortal. And it doesn't even look like it's going to get a full wall here with that Rhaegar kill. Solid play so far from Cho'Gall's Angels. Deathwing in a little bit of danger in the top lane. Actually, a lot of danger. He does pop the Cataclysm to get out there. Once again, they are Cho'Gall's Angels are going for the bot camp. It is very much known by the side of Newb management, but there's not a whole lot they can do about it. How is she vaulting so much? Oh. Honestly, didn't know that was a talent. Cleanse did go out onto the Imperious, but it was not effectively communicated, or heard. So it was not effectively communicated enough, and he does go down. Bot fort did go down in favor of Cho'Gall Angels. They are up 10 here. They're being absolutely oppressive on this map. I think Hanzo's dead. Nope, Hanzo manages to get out of that situation. Not sure how that happened. Imperious very low. Lucio being very aggressive here. That is the second fort going down in favor of Cho'Gall's Angels. And again, not an objective one yet. Does look like they're going to go for the objective win here.
Our battle cannot remain here.
Invade coming through from Cho'Gall's Angels. They still have 10 advantage here. Imperious dropping very quickly. Lucio also dropping very quickly. Big pull on to 2, and Vala goes down to the tower. You can't forget those towers are there, girly. I've done that. I've done that. Deathwing, man. Going for the steal. Trying to use his spear to secure it. Cataclysm to get out. Unfortunately, that is not going to be enough. And he is going to go down there. Leap going out just barely missing 2. Little too greedy with the leap, trying to secure 2 when you could have just secured 1. Again, a mistake I have most assuredly made. Stun does go out onto the Imperious. The Imperious does get isolationed there. Silence getting a lot of value onto him. Ancestral going out to counteract all of that damage. He does get cleansed, but it is not enough, as he does go down, followed swiftly by the Red Immortal. However, the Blue Immortal was losing a lot of health, so this is not a super healthy Immortal, but is pushing onto a keep at 8 minutes. Hanzo does go down, one of the main burn heroes for under Newb management.
There is no place where evil can hide from
Yeah, no,
my gaze.
now that it's a little bit of downtime, a lot of people forget about these towers because they're very rarely relevant. So I'm guessing that's what took out the Vala, was just forgetting that little insignificant tower was there. In this case, it was very significant. Cho'gall's Angels does have 13 advantage here. They are continuing to push with their advantage. Stun lock on to the Tychus, but it is not enough. Hanzo gets a lot of damage out to counteract the Mayav's aggression, and Lucio also gets punished for their aggression. Vala does begin to head out, and Muradin as well, kind of covering for her escape, though. Deathwing was pushing in that bot lane, though, so that's a little bit of map pressure that needs to be dealt with. Deathwing deciding to stick around, though. Protected getting a fair amount of value on the Deathwing, but he's about to lose his last armor. He does get himself out of that sticky situation, though. And it's under Newb management who go after the bot camp this time around. Cho'gall's Angels are trying to trade camp for camp. Sonya was forced to run away from the camp fight here. It is picked up. Deathwing trying to defend the bot lane. Protects a fair amount of the burst damage. We are after 13. 13 is really, or 10 rather, more specific. Call it 11 or 12, honestly. Is when Deathwing's health pool starts to become nigh insignificant compared to the damage output of enemies, which is typically why you go for a much more defensive build for 13 and 16, as opposed to your aggressive 1, 3, and 7. Does not look like that's the case for him, though. He went for... interesting little build. Deathwing is in the sky. Both sides on their defensive sides for the moment. Lucio does get found out there. Imperious gets unstoppable through the stun. Deathwing taking a ton of damage, trying to put as much damage as he can into the back line. Lots of damage onto Sonya. Avatar does get popped. Lots of ults were exchanged, but no corpses were made. Big engage from the Deathwing onto Imperious. He's still pretty healthy, though. Does get stunned by the Muradin, and that does secure his death. Tychus gets killed in the top lane, and I can't breathe. Sorry about that. My allergies are, like, I know I'm not sniffling or sneezing as much as I thought I would, but my allergies are causing a lot of problems still. I can't inhale through my nose. Top keep does go down in favor of Cho'gall's Angels. They do have 16s at the moment. Vala working on the objective completely solo is kind of something that she does pretty regularly, honestly. Mayav seems to want to hearth out, but keeps deciding against it. Cho'gall Angels working on the objective. Imperious successfully stalling out a bit. Big stun onto the Vala. But she does get unstoppable out of both it and the Immortal. Derek losing a lot of HP there. Deathwing's still pretty healthy. Big spear onto the Muradin. Lucio doing the best he can to keep everybody afloat. Ancestral does get popped. Vala working on the Immortal yet again. Maya very, very low here. And she does get speared. Core is taking some shield damage. I don't know how much real damage it could take from that camp. Immortal does get picked up by Cho'Gall's Angels. Looks like about 10% will be grabbed on the core there, so we'll start healing up the shield. However, Cho'Gall's Angels can try and be aggressive here. Unstoppable goes through. Deathwing landing right on the keep here. Losing all his armor. None of his plates really, but all his armor to the keep. Vala being very aggressive here. Imperious following that tether does go down. Tychus also going down here. Spear gets popped trying to secure the Sonya kill. She does go down as well. Core is back to full shields here. GGs are getting called. The Immortal's still very healthy. Core dropping very, very quickly here. This does look like it'll be right as the core goes down. Make sure to pop the ad at the proper time yet again. And I'm also going to use this opportunity to step away. Alright, everybody, welcome to Game 2 in our series between Cho'Gall's Angels and Under Newb Management. Cho'Gall's Angels went for map pick to start us off, and so they take us to, or ban out Infernal Shrines and Sky Temple. Under Newb Management then bans Alpha, Sky Foundry, and God of Terror. They then take us to Alterac Pass, which Under Newb Management wins. I forgot to update who won Game 2, but it's obvious because we're on a Game 3. There we go. Under Newb Management then takes us to Battlefield of Eternity, which they lost, and they say, fine, we'll stick with the 2-lane theme and take you to Braxis Holdouts. With a dragon on your team and win. Yep. Yeah, no, with me specifically, you get a dragon on your team. My keybinds aren't working. There we go. You get a dragon. You have a dragon on your team. Let the other team win Game 1, and then I will cheer for you the entirety of Game 2. As for bans here, we do have Vala, Rhaegar, Genji, and Mephisto as the bans for... well, everybody. I went through all of the bans. Brightwing is the first pick for game number 3, followed by Dahaka and Nubarak. Solid picks so far. Dahaka, I see Dahaka picked a fair amount on Braxis. I don't like him on Braxis personally. I think most of his value comes from the global, as well as his ability to rotate very quickly and just the ganking potential of that. But I've seen it work. I've seen it work very well. Sonya and Johanna will round out our front lines, supposedly, for both teams. I have to specify supposedly, because so far, drafts have not been standard. Not as weird as sometimes. That is one of the dragons banned out with Chromie. For those of you who do not remember, Chromie is in fact a dragon. And I'm pretty sure Zoltos will protest the fact that... actually, Zoltos is not as aggressive about gnomes and dragons being exact opposites as Scar, but I still don't think he likes the fact that Chromie's a gnome. But anyway, Anduin is the final ban for the evening. Unless I choose to pick up another one. I don't think I'll pick it. No. I'm pretty sure all the other casts today have been picked up. I just fizzled. Thanks for the follow and welcome. Good to have you. Stukov and Zagara are picked up for under Newb management here. Got some Zerg on Brax's holdout. And apparently I win all Texan. That's Soltos reacting to the statement about gnomes. Zul, Jin, and Tassadar are the DPS picks for Cho'Gall's Angels. And let's see the cheers coming through from Bane here as Kelthu freaking Zod will round out our draft for our final draft for the evening. There we go. Now it's working properly. I'm stoked. These are both kind of atypical drafts, but I like them. I like them a lot. There's the prediction, which means you guys are all caught up, so I'm assuming, yep, there we go! For those of you who have not heard this statement before, Vayne is a Kel'Thuzad main. 100%. Got some RP with Sag against Tassadar, for sure!
We're about to begin.
Alrighty, let's get into it. On the left side, we have Derek on the Johanna, Smort Killer on the Tassadar, Root Beer Guy on the ever-adorable Brightwing, Chrisinator on the Zul Jin, and Traxx on the Sonya for Cho'Gall's Angels.
5.
On the right side, we have Enemy on the Stuka, Birdie on the Zagara, Liddell on the Anubarak, Sloth on the Dehaka, and AG Silver AG on Kelthu frickin' Zod for under Newb management. There we go. I heard the music for a second, but I guess it disabled? I'm not sure. I didn't see it get re-disabled. Either way, not a whole lot going on to start out the game here. Root does go out on to the Tassadar. It does get cleansed out by the Brightwing. That was very solidly done. Because you can't pre-cleanse that. Engage from the Anubrak. Lots of damage onto the Zuljin and the Brightwing there. That Kel'Thuzad is already doing a lot of damage and he's not stacked yet. Zagara, though, taking a lot of damage there. Does pop the fountain. Chain's missing by a pixel there. That might have been a kill, honestly.
The beacons have activated.
Johanna will step onto the point there. Does walk off. Zuljin did rotate to the top lane. I missed that. Tassadar taking a lot of damage from the silence from the Stukov. Looks like some aggression for the 4v4 here. Silence getting a lot of value yet again. Zul'jin's already pretty stacked, honestly. I don't entirely know the rate for Zul'jin stacking, but I feel like he's got a lot. Lots of damage onto the Tassadar. Tassadar will be first blood for our game 3 here. Newb does Hearth out for mana. Johanna being a little aggressive here. That slow got some serious value there. KTZ already at 10 stacks, Zul'jin at 5, and Tassadar at 45. Engage from the Anub'arak. Chains do come through. Little bit of misplay there just by not using the Johanna as a spike. My word, my chat is going crazy. Yeah, no, Scar would definitely be pleased with that. Camp does get picked up by Cho'Gall's Angels. So far, about even on the objective here. It's moving pretty fast, though. Usually you don't see the objective capture going this fast. Engage from the Anub'arak. Chains following through. KTZ does have his spike now. He's very low, though. Forget, what's the first reward for Zul'jin? 75,000. So... Oh my word, KTZ and Anub'arak get taken out by the very long slow there. And it does look like first objective is going to be going in favor of Cho'Gall's Angels. While they kind of clear things out, yeah, it's 75 stacks, so that's 15. Bot is cleared out very easily. Sonya trying to get as much value as she can here. The Silence continuing to get a remarkable amount of value. Does not look like the focus is going to be on the top lane from Cho'Gall's Angels. They're just going to go aggressive onto the bot lane here. Engage from Anub'arak onto Johanna. Thought Zul'jin was going to go down there, but no, it's Anub'arak who goes down.
Any offense, I just want to be sure.
Everybody kind of resetting, except for the solo lanes in the top lane there. And now everybody's kind of heading just to camps. Having a chill time. What's the reward for this one? Increases route duration. Okay. Makes sense. Sometimes that route is just not long enough. Johanna being very aggressive here does get a lot of heal denial out there. Sonya getting left out all on her own. She does go down. Looks like the same might happen to Haka, but it doesn't. Cho'Gall's Angels do disengage from that fight. Engage from the Anub'arak. Lots of damage onto Anub'arak there. Silence again, just getting absurdly high amounts of value. Daka shows back up. I think he globaled in there. Electric Fence continuing to harass the enemy quite effectively. Johanna's very low here, though. She does get healed up. Beetle build? Yeah, I like the Beetle build. It doesn't tend to see a whole lot of play, but I do like the Beetle build. Blue health bar is very low, but nobody is dying as of yet. 10 advantage is in play for Cho'Gall's Angels. But they're not really in a position where they can utilize that right now. Cap's being picked up by Cho'Gall's Angels. Looks like we might see an invade here. This is 4v3, but 10 advantage is in play for Cho'Gall's Angels. Camp is getting picked up. Brightwing did global herself down, so it is 4v4. Slight miss from the leap there. Sonya getting lots of damage onto KDZ. Electric Fence getting tons of value as he rotates into the fight here. Meanwhile, Zagara trying to get as much value as she can in the top lane. Looks like objective progress will be going in favor of Cho'Gall's Angels momentarily. Maybe not. Yep, they only get 12%. Meanwhile, Cho'Gall's Angels continuing to push through the bot lane here. Nice! From the Fog of War, KTZ grabs the Zul'jin. Newb does go down there. Maw on the Tassadar gets him out of the fight. KTZ almost going down to Zul'jin. Taz Dingo is popped. And he does survive. Yep, in fact, the Dark Void will not consume here. Nicely done by the Johanna. That was a good use of her trait, completely mitigating that burst. Daka and Sonya will be fighting in the top lane. Sonya's very low. Brightwing does join the fight up there, though. Looks like everybody else is right behind her. Fight on the point. Johanna is about 50% right now. Kel'Thuzad combo missing by another pixel. Lots of damage onto Tahaka. He does pop his stasis. Unstoppable gets popped by the Johanna, technically. Johanna's pretty low. Objective progress does continue to go in favor of Cho'Gall's Angels. And we do seem to have a disconnect. So we will hop over to another screen. Speaking of unpausing, I needed to unpause the recording. Oh. Oh, right, they made me a rat. Cap invade coming through from Cho'Gall's Angels here. Newb kind of out on his own. Kel'Thuzad doing a lot here. Does secure the Tassadar. That's Silence helping to secure the Brightwing, but it's not enough. Tastingo gets popped to counteract the ultimate from the ultimate for ultimate trade there. 100% Zerg Wave coming through into that bot lane from Cho'Gall's Angels. Very solidly done by both teams there. Unfortunately, 13 advantage is an advantage. So if both teams do equally well, it goes in favor of the team that has 13. Looks like Johanna's the only one pushing for the moment here. She will start eating some tower shots. Nice grab from the Kel'Thuzad, that one. Maw does grab the Johanna. Zul'jin very low. How the hell did he get out of that? Johanna does go down to the Frostblast? Frostblast. I think this is a dead Tassadar. I think that's a very dead Tassadar. Like, I'm not sure how a Tassadar could be more dead. Zerg Wave will be dealt with, but that is a keep secured in favor of Cho'Gall's Angels. Still no ports down for under Newb management And they are making the aggressive call to go for the boss here. I don't think it's known. It's known too late, I think. Nice leap from Sonya. Does keep up the aggression. Lurking Arm getting a lot of value, but not enough as nobody was able to step onto the point. Big push from Zul'jin. Sonya does get rooted by the Frost Blast, stunned by the Anubarak, silenced by the Arm. Now there's two silenced by the Arm. A little bit of issue with that wall. Taking out a friendly, but this is a boss and a camp pushing into the top lane. That was sniffed out just in time by the Sonya. And that leap getting a ton of value. The boss, however, is an idiot and shoots the gate, not the towers. So not going to get a whole lot of value here. Camp invade coming through from Cho'gall's Angels. That's a lot of pressure into the bot lane, and no structures really to defend it. I think Core can solo a Bruiser camp. I don't know how it does into Siege. Yeah, no, walls like that are always a double-edged sword. Nice grab onto the Zul'jin Lurking Arm. Right Wing teleporting in only to die there. That's unfortunate. They don't like Tassadar.
Red team's core.
That is the second time that Tassadar has died just complete and utterly bullied.
The beacons are active once again.
Like, they get on him and he's just like, root, silence, stun, blind, flipped upside down. I don't know, I ran out of things to say about this. Good moves by Johanna, trying to stall out the objective as long as she can. How unfortunately that is not long at all. Sonya is trying to grab the top lane here. She does have the leap, I'm pretty sure. Bot lane grabbed by the Johanna. Everybody is back up and ready to go at this point. Aggressive side rotation from under Newb management. Sonya does not see this, so this is going to be a 4v5 down here. Dingo does get popped. Frost Blast does hit the right wing. As soon as Dingo ends, Zul'jin does go down there. I feel bad for calling out the missed KTZ combos, but that's one of the downsides of playing KTZ is your combos are very visible, which means that if you miss them, everybody knows you missed them. But on the other hand, if you hit them, everyone knows you hit them. Daka rotating aggressively there, a little separated from his team, but should be okay. Brightwing does get grabbed by the Kel'Thuzad. Johanna going down as well there. Objective progress going in favor of under Newb management. Does get stopped by the Sonya. Daka's been winning most of the Sonya matchup. Looks like that will continue. Actually, no. Sonya won that one. Bot 4 is taking a lot of damage. And Sonya goes down in that top lane, trying to stall out the objective as long as she can. Looks like objective will be given. So under Newb management will be pushing in through this bot lane here.
No. Most of the Zerg are headed this way.
I don't know who their wave clear is, but I think it's Tassadar. Daka does pick up a siege camp before answering the Zerg wave top. It shouldn't take him too long, and he can global back down here. Kel'Thuzad firing into the Fog of War. Does not find anyone. He's fishing. Zergwave not going down too fast here. Keep losing a lot of HP. But it does look like under new management will disengage from this fight.
Defeated. Resetting pens as per protocol.
They will not secure that keep. Not entirely sure why that decision was made, but it was made. Oh, I see. I didn't look at the levels. They're waiting. They don't want to fight on under 20. Not when they can fight with 20 advantage. Both sides playing a little passively at the moment. Warning things coming out from somebody. I'm just waiting for something big to happen. Advantage is in play for under new management. Tassadar trying to stall out this aggression as long as he can. Here we go, engaging with the 20 advantage onto the Sonya. Big tongue comes through. Does not look like they were able to find anyone. They're going to lose 20 advantage pretty soon. They also have minions pushing in through that bot lane. That's 3 catapults, it looks like. Los Angels working hard to get their 20s here. They're just seconds away, and there it is. Both sides do have 20. Dahaka is picking up the bottom objective here. Sitting here making sure I have breath for the fight, but it doesn't look like the fight's gonna happen.
Red team's core is under attack.
Maybe in a second. Newb looks like he's looking for something. KTZ was not able to find his combo there, so that's on cooldown for a little bit. Daka engages. Frost Blast goes out onto the Johanna. Leap goes out onto the Stukov. Big engage maul finding 2. Right wing very low. Kel'Thuzad trying to attack the back line here. He's very alone. Taztingo gets popped. KTZ does go down. Meanwhile, on the front line here, we do have some solid zoning from both teams trying to secure the Dahaka kill, but does not look like they're going to be able to. Phylactery was popped. KTZ is back into the fight here. Spike gets popped. Big pull onto Tassadar. Does look like Tassadar goes down. Not dramatically this time. Objective channel is going in favor once again of under Newb management. Meanwhile, the play is for the boss. Boss pushing with objective on this game is a death sentence at any stage of this game. It is just so hard to deal with that. It looks like it'll hit about the same time. Bot point getting stalled out by the Sonya and Johanna. Johanna does pop her ultimate to get out of that sticky situation there. Boss is pushing onto the top keep about... Oh, still full health. This is probably a death sentence. I've only seen one time where someone has survived a full Zerg wave and boss pushing. Once. Ever. stun does miss onto the Johanna, with thanks from the Iron Skin. Boss is about 50% HP. Front wall gets absolutely demolished, and it looks like he is next. They've got to get aggressive here if they have any chance of stopping this wave. Archon does get popped. Frost Blast as well gets popped. Maw not fighting anybody. Boss was dropping pretty quickly here, but the core is still very much in danger. Johanna goes down. Sonya gets pushed into Timbuktu. Core shielding going down very quickly here. Electric Fence getting quite a bit of value, but not enough. Sonya in a ton of danger here. She did pop her armor. Core down to 70% HP. Boss did go down. Zerg Wave down. This is going to be the second time I ever see someone survive that situation. A Newb goes down as well. Both sides' health bar is very low. Zagara goes down. Core at 50%. Does look like they, in fact, are the second team I have ever witnessed to survive a boss Zerg Wave core push. Newb management are going to go ahead and pick up their side camps. Try and mitigate the numbers that they are down. Honestly, not sure what Cho'Gall's Angels' best play is here. They've got to try and take advantage of the fact that they are up 2. But I'm not sure how they pull that off. Insane plays for sure. Everybody is back up, so everybody's kind of going back to playing very defensively. Actually, it looks like Cho'Gall's Angels might be trying to push for some aggression here. Can almost guarantee the next major fight will decide this game. Both sides have open cores. Cho'Gall's Angels are at 50% core.
The beacons are energizing.
There's the beacons. Sitting here holding my breath for the end game. Cho'Gall's Angels are positioning for the objective. They're a bit split. They're very split, actually. Johanna is very much on her own at the moment.
Attain control of those beacons. We don't want to face angry Zerg.
Channeling does begin for Cho'Gall's Angels. Cho'Gall's Angels still very much split at the moment. Bot point does get picked up by under Newb management. Both sides very much aware of the fact that this game goes in favor of whoever wins the next fight. It looks like the fight will be taken here. Johanna going very aggressive and very deep here. Dahaka very alone. Chains onto the Johanna. She pops her ultimate to stay afloat there. Big leap into the back line. Frost Blast hits the Johanna, as well as one other. I think that was the Brightwing. Blue health bars are dropping faster than red here. And Sonya is first blood for that fight. Daka might be next. Silence, though, getting a lot of value, keeping him alive. This is 4v5 at the moment. Engage from the Anubarak. Silence as well to back him up. Chains going through, just barely missing Zul'jin. I think that was into Fog of War, so the fact that that was that close, impressive, man. Daka does rotate to that top lane. Boss is getting picked up by under Newb management. I think it's snipped out, though. There's the electric fence. Here goes Johanna, stepping onto the point just in time. Big silence onto the point. Johanna very, very low. A Newbrack does go down. Johanna's still afloat. Boss was picked up for under Newb management. That is 2 down, though. His boss is going to be pushing onto core. Tastingo gets popped. Really silenced somehow. Dahaka pretty low. Boss will be pushing onto a mostly damaged keep. That electric fence does secure the Zagara kill there. Looks like they're going to try and make a play for the core here, even though the boss is pushing. That is a double kill. It is 16 seconds before anyone is back up. It is a Newbrack, though. A Newbrack might be able to turn this core push. It's going down very quickly, but blue health bar so low. Looks like it's going down too fast, though, for a Newbrack to come up. And it is, in fact, Cho'gall's Angels who secure game number 3. Very, very nicely done. About getting ourselves an interview, even though I can't breathe. Oh, nobody gambled! Dang it! Oh well. No reply as of yet. So I'm not sure if we got ourselves an interview. I'll give it another minute or two. Yeah, it doesn't quite look like it. Again, I'm gonna just kind of give it another minute. But very, very nicely done by both teams, for sure. Like, my word. Oh, I have been DM'd. Yes. Yes, I would like it. Yep, there she is. Alright, I'll hop over in just a second. Make sure everything's good to go. Hello, hello, hello!
Hello!
So, to start things off, how does it feel to be the second team I have ever casted that has survived a boss and full Zerg wave pushing core? Or pushing on to you?
Very good, because we won the game.
Fair. Very fair. But yeah, no, like, that is the second time I have ever witnessed that happen. I forget if I was a caster for the first time, but, like, that is legitimately the second time I've ever had that happen. So.
Yeah, we had really good clear, and that was called, our shot caller made that comment that, you know, we can clear it, it's fine, and then we did, so I will continue to trust his judgment.
Yeah, no, I mean, it worked very well for you guys, so I would.
Yeah.
Also, game 1.
Alright, okay,
in the chat that was a normal tactic for you guys?
It's not a normal tactic for us. So we, in Storm League, that works a lot. So we were curious if it would translate to NGS. I don't think it does, so we probably won't do it again. But it was something that we like to do in Storm League, and Root Beer Guy is not a fan of it, but the other 4 of us like it, and we forced it upon him, and it didn't work, and so it was joked around that we were going to do it again, and he put down his foot and said no. So it was, so I don't think you will ever see that again. Ever.
Yeah, that's a healer for you. But yeah, like, I mean, it probably would have done okay, but the Turiel and Falstad were, like, they had you guys pinned down the entire game.
Yeah, the wind tunnel, we discussed it afterwards, and honestly, there were a few misplays. Certain people didn't ice block. That wasn't me, it was the other one. And then afterwards, he's like, oh, I forgot that he was Tyrieling, it's fine. So, there was a few misplays on our part. I think if we practiced again, we could do it better, Root Beer Guy. But I don't think he's gonna ever do that again.
Considering he's screaming in chat, it's all true. To be fair, this is 30 seconds ago, but I'm guessing he's gonna lose his mind in a second.
Yeah, he was not. I thought that he would be happy about it because he didn't have to heal, but
Oh, coming from the perspective of a fellow healer, we don't mind healing. We do not mind healing. We mind people being dumb. We don't mind healing.
Well, he has to deal with us being dumb all the time as a healer, so we thought maybe he could join the dumb side for a little bit, but he didn't seem to. I think he would have enjoyed it if we won, but because we lost, I don't think we'll ever convince him to do it.
I mean, there was a lot of things I was noticing that he's definitely a solid healer, and I can imagine him not enjoying that at all. Like, his cleanses were on point and stuff like that, so...
Shh, don't compliment him, he's got a big enough ego.
Fair enough.
You're trash, Root Beer Guy. Trash.
But yeah, can't think of anything else too specific to bring up, so I'll go ahead and leave the floor open to you for shoutouts.
Oh, well, thank you, Phil. Shout out to you for casting. Shout out to the enemy team. It was we scheduled at the last second, so thank you for picking up at the last second. And that last game was very spicy, and it was a very good series. Shout out to my team, specifically to Chris, because he is always the most calm person, and he is our shot caller, so thank you, Christopher. Shout out to my underlings, they Dragon Gall Z, and then I will always shout out my husband.
Alright. Very nice, very nice.
Alright, well, thank you so much for the cast.
No problem. Good luck in your future games.
Thank you, have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
So we were actually the first cast of the evening, so I'm sure there are plenty of choices for us to send you guys to. I think she did that, Root Beer Guy. Yeah, no, there's 2. Not sure which is the most recent starting, so I'm gonna quickly check it out. Looks like that's game 1. And that one's an ad. But I'm just gonna wrap up the recording quick before sending you guys on your way. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope to see you all next time.